yourselves a hand, all right? We got all kinds of people. I was scared of a small audience. I get more nervous at small audiences. Like the last time I had 12 people. And my lines were easier to remember too. Just not guilty. That's all I had to remember. Still found, hey, and by the way, yes, I do get a little offensive myself. I do use the word peckerwood, but it's in the artistic sense. I say bad words, let you know that right now. I say shit, fuck, balls, Britney Spears, if it offends you. I know I offended myself right there. This girl here is wearing overalls. Do you hunt? You do? You don't do any hunting with vice presidents, do you? Is that a hog hunting? I do girl hunting at the mall. You got a fishing hook attached to you. Man, that's crazy. Your boyfriend threw that thing in the water thinking he was going to get a fish. Can I start my act now? By looks, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world. You know, I'm not the brightest star in the sea. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the sharpest hanger in the womb, you know, but... Did I say peckerwood again? One time I did a sweet 16 party. You know what that is? It's where these rich 16-year-old girls have these great big huge parties, and it was great, man, because the entire Holiday Inn ballroom was filled with nothing but 16-year-old girls. I mean, which was cool for me because I like them a little older. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what they say, right? If there's grass on the field, that's right. Mow that shit and pretend you never saw it. Wait. Place was ghetto, all right? Outside it actually said BET style comedy at WB prices. And I was the only white guy on the bill, so I was pretty fucking nervous. BET style comedy at WB prices. And I don't know if you remember WB, when it first came out, that shit was free. I know I remember, man, because I was happy as hell. I thought we had cable. But that's just to let you know what kind of place this was, man. This place was so ghetto, they actually had airport-style metal detectors right there at the front door. And that was just to make sure the customers had protection. It's crazy, man. The entire audience showed up at the exact same time because they all got off the same bus. You go inside the place, man, they actually had Old English on tap. Crazy, man. Most places have bathrooms for boys and girls. This place had bathrooms for Bloods and Crips. I went home and watched porn. I like porn. Anybody else like porn? Yeah. We got wives back there pointing at their husband. It's an addiction, alright? I'll be honest. I'm like the Siskel and pervert of porn. I watch it so much. My friends will come to me at the end of the week for reviews and stuff, man. And I'll watch any kind of porn too, man. Sometimes I'll even watch midget porn. But that's only when I want to masturbate a little bit. I watch Afghanistan porn. You know they have that now, Afghanistan porn. Now, not that it matters. The guys are really nothing to look at, but the goats are some of the sexiest I've ever seen. Hey, wouldn't that be fucked up if you actually did get a designated driver, and on your way home it was your drunk ass that noticed the minivan and even pointed out the baby on board sticker before he totaled that bitch? That's why you gotta be selective with your choice of driver. Just because your ass is sober don't mean you could drive. You gotta make sure you choose a DD that doesn't have ADD, you know what I mean? No, it's that ADHD shit. I can't do that though, man. I can't be a designated driver, man. Too much responsibility. Because you can't barely get drunk. And I like to drink, man. I like to drink. Drinking makes everything better, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes stand-up comedians funnier. Makes poetry go a little deeper, you know. Makes babysitters look older. Makes handcuffs hurt less. And I like drinking. I think the reason I like drinking so much is because it's in my blood. It's in my family. It's in my lineage. I'm telling you, back when I was a kid, all the other kids were good at stuff that their parents had them doing, like, I don't know, like baseball, karate, shoplifting. My dad made me a terrific alcoholic. And I'm going to keep drinking anyway because my liver is genetically triggered to start fighting cancer on my 35th birthday, so that's pretty cool. My family tree is planted with hops, water with vodka, and Sprouts Long Island iced tea leaves. I'll drink for that. The jealous type, she just don't like those crazy ones that scratch up my car and make me write poems and shit, you know what I mean? Aside from Carlos, anybody ever been with that girl, you know, that crazy girl? Shit, let me tell you about this girl I was with, alright? She just was not right in the head, alright? And by that I mean she had a crater in her skull from a runaway bowling ball, but that's a whole separate set of jokes, alright? I mean, this girl was angry, she was jealous, she was mad, she hated me, man. She just, fucking out, man. She was crazy. But then, I mean, she did, for instance, we got in this argument, right, about money and not having very much of it, and apparently its subject made my car look a lot like a lottery ticket because she scratched the shit out of that thing. And judging from the big word loser scratched out on my hood, it wasn't a winning one. This girl did all kinds of stuff. Scratched my car, broke my 62-inch screen TV, broke cell phones, cameras, computers. God damn. Yeah, you say that, you say, well, why didn't you dump her after the first thing? I'll just tell you this much, alright? This girl could get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop in under 60 seconds. With no hands and yes, without biting. And as an added bonus, the only children this girl was interested in was the type she could swallow. She loved herself some kids too, man. This girl could make more kids disappear than Ronald McDonald driving a rusty van. Love, right? But she was crazy, man. That's why that song comes on. Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? No, I don't. Because freaky girls are crazy. Not only that, today you can find freaks a dime a dozen. They're everywhere now. You can find them anywhere. I mean, if you want to capture my attention, you got to come with something a little more original, something that sparks my interest, something that rings true. You know, something like, don't you wish your girlfriend had a wrong car like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend had no kids like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend dropped charges like me? Don't you? Did you know that in Japan they have cell phones that the rest of the world is not going to see for another 3 to 5 years? Yeah, it's true. They're advanced. Like, for instance, we see the T-Mobile Sidekick 3. There they got the T-Mobile spinning hook kick will follow a roundhouse to the face. And that shit is super advanced. Not only can you make those homemade porno movies, but you can Hollywood edit that shit right there on the phone. So you can like digitally like remove like blemishes or herpes sores, or you can like digitally add makeup effects or teeth. It's great. It's great. You can use the green screen mode and you can make it look like you and your girlfriend are having sex on the set of 300. Right? I was actually in Japan with my cell phone and they knew. They gathered around me. They started making fun of me. They said, oh, nice cell phone. What are you going to do? Have a video conference with Fred Flintstone? Yeah, I bet he's got Elvis Presley's greatest hits on his iTunes playlist. Round by Bruce Lee called. He says he wants to say, wait a minute, the Bruce Lee didn't call. You have a cell phone. Yeah, they were making fun of me. But did you know they copy our cell phone commercials? Pretty much, it sounds almost exactly the same language and everything. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Hello? Oh, good. Listen, no worries, we are always working for you. I was at a Chinese restaurant, right? And I was just drinking tea. I wasn't eating, I was just drinking tea. I wanted to sweeten it. So I asked the guy for sugar. I said, you got any sugar? He said, no, we are all out of sugar. You want the egg roll? No, thank you. I'll just take tea and sugar, please. I told you we are all out of sugar. You want the egg roll? No, I'll just take my tea straight then. Thanks. Are you sure you don't want the egg roll? He said, just a good sugar. It's like, no, man, I'm not hungry. I don't want an egg roll. He said, no, not an egg roll, egg roll. And he held up a little blue package. I'm like, oh, equal. Yeah, egg roll. And I'm broke. Anybody else broke? Oh, good, my people. I'm broke. Think about me, though. I'm one of those guys that like to make it look like I have more money than I actually do. What do you call it? Ghetto fabulous? Or in my case, trailer fabulous. And the key to being trailer fabulous is you have to have all generic shit, man. Just all generic. For instance, I'll bring a girl over to the house. You know, start out with a few drinks, like a Jack and Sam's Club Cola, or a Shasta 7, or a vodka red Kool-Aid. You know, play some music. You know, I keep all my music on my generic iPod. It's the one where they drop the D at the end. It's called the iPod. Is that an iPod? Hell no, iPod. And if you want, this Christmas you could be just like me because they're coming out with the second version. It's called the iPod 2. As I was at, they had this real big chain of payday loan places called the Money Tree. Anybody ever heard of it? Yeah. The Money Tree. The thing about the Money Tree is they had these, if you stay up late enough at night watching Jerry Springer, you see the commercials, they have these, like, talking caterpillars. You know why they use caterpillars? Because they eat up all your fucking lettuce. These places are up to no good, man. And in these cheesy commercials, they have cheesy jingles. And these jingles, they even warn you, they're up front with their shit, man. They don't hide anything. If you're up late enough and you're watching it, a red flag should come up when you hear, you got money for booze, but none for rent, so get along with us at 60%. Or if you're out on a date and you don't look paid, you get a kiss on the cheek and you ain't getting laid. You got your food stamp card, but you still ain't set, 'cause food stamps don't buy cigarettes. If you don't really care about your financial health, take the 7 bus to Money Tree and go fuck yourself. The Money Tree, because bad things happen to good people. Addicted to crack. I was so poor as a kid, I used to receive Christian Children's Fund money from a nice family in Ethiopia. I'm serious, man. Me and my friends be out in the trailer park playing every now and again. A Zimbabwean helicopter would swoop by and drop medical supplies. And we would eat the shit out of that A&D ointment, too. To us, A&D meant antibacterial and delicious. We were broke, man. I was the only kid I knew that had a house that needed an annual cinder block rotation. And in our house at one time, we actually had 2 TVs. That was a great time for us. They were stacked on top of each other, though. One was for the picture and one was for the sound. Go to the bread aisle or the grocery outlet, you'll find like packages full of nothing but slices from the end of the loaf. At like Safeway and normal grocery stores, they have this gourmet bread for kids that doesn't have any crust on it. People wonder where the crust goes. Grocery outlet, bag of crust, 32 cents. And that shit is great in powdered milk, too. You go to the produce aisle, you'll find shit like lowercase T-bone steaks. For the kids, you can pick up some fish twigs. You want some cereal? You can come home with downgraded ass cereal. You can come home with Lieutenant Crunch. Or Copper Grams. Think about grocery outlet, they always have all these weird foreign products that sprinkle in from other countries. Like one time my mom brought home some Mexican alphabets. It was crazy, all the N's had little swervy lines over them. All the R's came in threes. All the marshmallows looked like jalapenos. At least I thought they were marshmallows.